This morning I want to talk to you a little bit about my setup, planning setup for 2022, because it's just about here and I've done some prep work for that. I'm going to start with my little A6. It's got my insert, and this is just one of my stickers that I kind of just stuck in there. I haven't decided whether to stick it on for good or not, but this one is not so much a planner, except that I am thinking about going ahead and filling in my schedule. I haven't done it yet, but filling in my schedule on my calendar, my monthly view pages, just because this is the one they'll carry with me. But the primary purpose of this little A6 will be daily sketching, doodling, drawing pages, just as a creative habit. So that's how I'm going to use that. I've used these little tiny Midori tabs and written the month on them and stuck on there. I like these because they're so tiny and they don't, stick out very far. So that's what I've done for the monthly tabs, so I can find things easily. I am thinking probably these pages will be index for drawing, because there's always ones like that I want to go back and scan or use for Patreon, and this will just be kind of my index of keeping track of those and how I use them. So that's my plans for my little Hobonichi A6. I love the size. It's small enough I can stick it in my bag. I really, I don't know, I really enjoy it a lot. It is not, however, big enough for me for how I use a practical planner. So for that, I am going back again and using my Hobonichi cousin in the A5 size. The difference I made this year is that I did get the Avec instead of the full year. Also, I plan, I have things planned through the end of December of 2022. I need my whole year calendar available with me, so which the Avec of course does not have, because it only has the first 7, I believe, months in there. So I solved that by getting this Midori. It's just a little, like a booklet. It's pretty thin, of monthly pages, and that's all it has. And so I think that will solve that problem nicely for me. I just have it stuck in the front. I did put little month tabs on here. Again, I like the low profile, so I just solved that by folding it further than, or closer in than what they plan for you to, so they look a little funky on the back side, but that's okay. It works for me. I also put it like, if I go like this, then January is on the month preceding that. So that's another way I do a little bit differently maybe than some others. And then for when I get into my actual Hobonichi Avec, which is here, I've got this little sticker. I haven't decided whether to stick there yet. I haven't really done decorating yet, just kind of the practical things. So these pages in my Hobonichi planner will be my Patreon plans here. I think maybe I'll put my YouTube plans, for that month here, and break that down that way. I used last year in 2021, I used these pages in my A6 that way, and it worked quite well for me. So the only change I'm making is doing that in I'm kind of looking at this as my business planner, or my work planner. So my Patreon lists will go on these pages, and then I get into the months. Since I already have this Midori as my main monthly scheduling, then this one will be my like social media. I'm trying to do a better job. I've been horrible at doing Instagram and stuff in 2021. I'm going to try to do a little better maybe in 2022. So I'll have my YouTube schedule, my Patreon schedule, my Instagram, all those things in here. And then in my weekly, this is where the real nuts and bolts of my planning and what works best for me. So I'll probably do a flip through soon of my 2021, but so much happens on these weekly pages. So I've just, for this first week that's just getting ready to, this coming week, I've just gotten some of the essentials written down, but as the days, as the week goes, my to-do lists will fill in these pages. I also will do menu planning. I also will do some tracking, and this is kind of something new I'm going to try this year. I just think, keeping track of things like exercise, those Instagram posts, things like that I want to keep track of on here. There's anything that's like a change in habit or change of how I'm doing a habit, I want to record here. I'm trying to get more sleep, which I have been recording daily, but I thought here I could record what my average for the week was and just kind of use that as a way to keep track. I have some tasks that have to get done this coming week, so that's kind of what my layout for that will be. I use a lot of stickers on these pages, have a lot of they just make it more fun. That's why I have these stuck in here. I also got our stickers from Page and Ink, and for some things that I want to try to do, be a little more organized about. One thing that I've is birthdays. I have a lot of family birthdays, so I mark those on my weeks as well, like this. I often put my workshops or things that aren't that are still in the planning stage, put in these sticky notes, and I'll put those in even on my monthly view. Like this is on a sticky note, and so it could actually be transferred to my weekly then. A better example though is art shows, that I've applied to, so I want to have that time set aside, but I may not be accepted, or we may not, like sometimes I apply to more than one that overlaps. I'm not going to be able to do both of them, but so that's kind of what I do there. So then once I'm in, I can stick this just into my weekly, and I can write it in permanently in my monthly pages. So that's kind of how I do that. So yeah, just record those things that are happening, like scheduled, is how it looks ahead of time. But then as the week progresses, it gets very busy. So that's my weekly pages, and I used these, again, low profile. I am not sure if these are Midori or who, but they are from Jet Pens, and I really like these. They're just, they're like a wave kind of, and they're plastic, so very durable and low profile. So those are nice, but then I wanted to distinguish, so I know at a glance that these are my months, for my weekly pages. These then will be my daily pages. And in my business, Hobonichi here, my daily pages, instead of being my memory keeping pages, this year what I ended up doing in 2021 was that these will be my more like a business record, like a list of art that I need to take somewhere, or business planning or income and expenses. So these pages you probably won't see, I probably won't show too much, because they have all kinds of different information in it. Like if I have a commissioned piece of artwork, I can have all that information there. So everything is together in one place. So that worked well for me the last half of 2021. So that's what I plan to do again this year. So this, my Hobonichi cousin, Yvette, is primarily a work business planner, functional planner. Then I have also mentioned that because I love these little metal clips, and so I have one at the top to mark my monthly pages, and I have one at the bottom to mark the week page that I'm currently on. So I love these. I think these are also by Midori. They are also available in jet pens, and they're metal, so they hold up real well, and you just move it then as you progress through the pages. So I really do enjoy those. So then I also will make use, like I have a page where I'm going, this is, just a flap that I'll fix nicer in there, but like a page where I stick my prescription information, or this 100. I will hopefully make more than 100 art pieces in 2022, but this will at least, kind of be a milestone to get those first 100 pieces done. And so these pages, that are of no use to me because I don't read Japanese, but I can, paste things on top of and still use. And I also plan to use my, which I haven't done yet, this page that says favorites are going to be like repeat purchases, like where I source something, online. And some of these index pages, I think I'll probably make a address thing. It does have this address, and I probably will use this, but it's very limited. It's only for 8 people, so I will probably, also use one of these note pages that it has at the end. I will probably also use one as an index for information that I need to be able to readily find again on these daily pages. So that's how I plan to use that. It may, adjust some as I go. But then for my daily journaling, for my creative journaling, I got the day-free Hobonichi. And I got the day free because it doesn't have the weekly pages, just because I felt like that would be kind of a waste to have those. It does have the monthly pages, and on the months I plan to, well, first it's got, these pages. I'm undecided how I'm going to use those. Those may be gratitudes or something like that. Not sure yet. But on the monthly pages, I just kind of did a little trial run here in December, but like just kind of the things that happened that day, just as a record then of, my notes for the day, to then, because I don't get my daily pages done every day, but if I keep track, in the past I've made like a sticky note that I've stuck on the day. Well, this would be in lieu of that, so it would just be in the book. It's not going to fall out. It would just be a short synopsis of my day. And then I come back to, I allowed myself goals pages. Since the pages are not dated, you have that flexibility. So I have a goals for 2022 overall, and then I have goals for January specifically, and then I jump into my daily pages and I have put a little date tab there. So I've only prepared for January instead of getting too far ahead, but I do like to have them dated. I will at least, stamp them, and I may go ahead soon and do that for February also, just, so I can stick things in where they might go. But so for January 1st, I'm ready for it. This was a December Patreon collage element on the digital sheets, and that for Happy New Year, so I stuck that in there. This will be date sheets for January patrons, so it's a little sneak peek here. I used those. This Saturday was from a past Patreon sheet as well, and then I just added some watercolor. So I have not done that much prep, but I'm just ready for that first day to jump into it. Now, I have gone ahead and put the dates then on the rest of the days through January. So these little paper dates here are from a Himawari tablet that I also got from JetPens. And I will probably scatter around where I use them. And I may use them more as like space fillers on my day. But I like to look at them. This particular set that I got is kind of a journaling theme. They have other ones as well. But then I'm back to, I also have my, I called them post-it dates, I think, that will be in my January patron set of collage sheets. This one's just a little collaged 3 for the 3rd, a Himawari date, one of my patron dates. This one is by Meatball and Company. It's actually a washi tape that I just cut, up with the dates, so I used that on there. Another patron date. These day-free ones have these little illustrations in the corner that are kind of cute. Like, I really like this little guy in the tree. It's cute. This washi date was from a past patron sheet. This is from the coming up January sheet. I also have a version of them in black and white. So I have that on this page. I really like the look of black and white sometimes. It's just, graphic looking. So put that in there. And so the advantage of having the date is things that I know I'm going to want to stick in. I can just kind of stick in place and then use when I get to later. This day of the week was from one of my Patreon sheets, as were these dates. I enjoy because they're all, a little bit different. Like, there's not repeats like I do sometimes, so that's kind of fun. I have actually been drawing these for quite some time and been looking forward to months for getting these done and using them. I like to switch up where I stick. It actually has a piece of the backing paper. Here we go. I like to change up where I'm sticking these in. This one is by Loveland's Life, and she has some really neat stuff too. So she has both a Patreon page, and then she also has an Etsy shop. So this was on her Patreon page, and I'm not sure, they might be available on her Etsy shop as well. This is another Loveland's Life, and another one of my post-it notes. So as you see, I have not yet put the day of the week on every page, but I did put it here and there because I get mixed up if I don't have it on there. I can easily put the wrong day down, so sometimes I get mixed up anyway. 28th and 29th. And then the 30th and the 31st. This was, I believe, from November Patreon sheets. So I have it dated through January, so I'm ready for my creative journaling. And I just tuck some of these most used, like the planner type stickers, back here. So I have those handy as I do my functional planning. So I've gone through and gotten all my family birthdays in for the year. So that was, well, for the half year. So that's, one thing. I don't want to miss anyone's birthday. I have 19 grandchildren. The 20th one is due here soon. So lots of birthdays to keep track of. So I hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope you're getting your planner set up for the year and are as excited as I am about getting started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.